welcome back to Talk to Me Thursday. I have a very bad neck pain right now, but I'm gonna try to do this because all I have to do is sit here and yap, which I'm very good at. But today's topic is why nobody knows what they're doing in their 20s. And me and my mom were kind of having like a conversation about this yesterday because we grew up in like a very different household, and my mom taught us like the Montessori way and like, you know, picking things that you want to do and not being forced to learn something. And that is something I struggle with now. I'm not saying like it has anything to do with like how she raised us. It's just the fact that now we're more intelligent than most people our age because we think outside of the box. And to find people that are like us and think like us is very difficult because it's just people don't understand the way you think, especially working like at a job that a company owns and you work underneath them, and then you see things and you hear things and you start to think about things, and then you're like, this is actually messed up, but then you can't say anything because it's not your company. And this just goes for like any company in general, because like my brother's gone through this, I have gone through this, I'm sure my other brother has gone through this, but it's like you just see things, it's just like, how does this make any sense to you? And like being as young as I am and like knowing these things is difficult because you can't say anything, because then when you try to speak up, nobody gets it and they're like, you're crazy. And it's like, no, you're just stupid. I'm sorry, but you're literally just stupid. Another thing people don't understand is like, you have your own life and you need to fit, like, we're all human beings and we're just trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing, because nobody knows what they're doing, and at the end of the day, we're all gonna die. No one is literally gonna make it out alive. We're all gonna die. It's just how it is. And I think people like struggle to like kind of understand that, and people take things way too seriously. I think it was like last year. Yeah, it was last year. It was the beginning of January 2025. And my go-to saying was, it's not that serious. But then people kept getting into my head and making it seem like life was serious. And it got me to the point where like I am where I am now because these people, I let them get in my head and I'm like, well, maybe it is and blah, blah. And I was in such a good mindset, and then I completely lost it because I believed that I was crazy. And then I'm like, no, you're crazy for making me think this way because this is truly how I feel, because it's literally not that serious. Like, I don't feel crazy for posting on the internet in my 20s and I have 59 subscribers and I get 6 likes or 6 views. I literally don't care because I enjoy doing it, and I don't have to post about, oh, like, follow me because I want to be famous. Like, obviously, like, I'd want following and I'd like to talk to more people, but I don't care about people necessarily watching me. I just care because I like doing it. I like making videos. I like editing them. It's something I enjoy doing. It's something I think I'm pretty good at. And people are scared to like put their face on the internet or like share things because they're embarrassed. And I'm like, there's literally nothing to be embarrassed about because it's literally not that serious. And when I was a kid, I used to be like a little bit embarrassed, which is weird because I didn't ever tell anybody I was like doing YouTube when I was a kid, so like it didn't matter. I don't have any of those videos from when I was a kid, which I wish I kept now, and I wish I didn't delete everything, and that's something I do regret, is deleting all this stuff, because I had so many videos of like me and my friends and everything, and now I just never have that. But it's just like, this doesn't even make any sense. This is why nobody knows what they're doing in their 20s, because I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm talking about. There's another thing that people don't know what they're doing in their 20s, and this topic is like really good. It's people don't understand wanting to live your life and traveling and experiencing life and not being held hostage at a 9-to-5 job. And when you're held hostage, you're literally held hostage there from 9 to 5, and you're told what to do. You're basically a fucking robot. And then if you want to go on vacation, you have to ask permission by your employer to go on vacation because you're not allowed to just leave, which I understand, but then they have to decide whether you're allowed to go or not, which I think is so fucked up because it's my life. Why do you get to decide what I want to do at a certain time of my life? Like, no, I want to do this right now. I understand the whole employee aspect of it and we need employees to run the business, but as I'm just an employee and not a manager or a boss, if my employee, when I own a business, if my employee came to me and said, hey, I want this date to this day off, and we have no staff, then as a manager or a boss, I would be going in to the company and doing everything I have to so that person can go live their life. Because you need to understand that as a human being, you want to experience things that's not just work, because work is awful. And maybe if you love your job, work isn't awful, but me being in my 20s, I hate working for people and being told, like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't, like, no. Like, but you're allowed to do whatever you want. No. How would, like, and like, oh, life's not fair. I get that life's not fair, but I am just a girl, and I am just human, and I should be treated equally at a job, whether you're higher than me, whether you're lower than me, we should all be treated the same, because that's not fair to me. Like, I just don't understand, like, if I want to go travel the world, why are you stopping me? What, like, are you jealous? Is that the problem? I don't know. There's another good topic about being in your 20s is, like, relationships with friends, with people, and all that stuff. I have 2 really close friends, and there's certain stages in my life where I didn't talk to them, or we just, like, it's not like we were fighting, but it was just like we just went our separate ways. And I think it's important that you need to understand that when you're friends with someone, you don't need to be constantly hanging out with them, constantly texting them to them still be in your life. You can be at different stages and not be as close as you were 2 months ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago, because everyone is always at different stages of their life, and you can't be like, oh, you're texting me now, you don't care about me, blah, blah. No, it's like, we're all growing up, we're all going through different things, and we all need to understand that we're going through different things, especially in friendships. With relationships, I don't think you should ever necessarily rush into anything, and I think a lot of things need time to, like, think and grasp every little thing, and I've learned that in my relationship, is that I needed time to think about every single thing that could possibly happen. Not necessarily bad, but, like, everything good that can come with it, every struggle that can come with it, and what I want to see in my life, what I want to see in my partner's life, just everything in general. Because as someone that was going to get married, have kids, all in the span of, like, 1 year, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't even know anything, actually. And I don't want to be, 25, 23, whatever age I am, living in my mom's basement with my husband. When I thought about it that way, I'm like, that sounds like the worst possible time to me, because I need my own space. I like my own space. I need my alone time. And yes, I do love my significant other, but sometimes I just need alone time in my own space. I need my own space, and I can close the door and just be away from everyone. I need that. And so when I was thinking about that with my relationship, I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I need to go to school, find a job, find something I'm passionate about, and learn something, do something. I can't just jump into all this with the unknown. And usually I'm fine with the unknown. Like, I've done that many times. I moved away and then moved back within 1 month. But I took that step. And I took this step too. But I took myself away from it because I realized, I'm like, this is bigger than just a small relationship. This is like a lifelong partner. And then I'm like, I don't want to rush into things and not think about things that I want for myself before I do everything with this person for the rest. Like, I need to experience things on my own before I decide that I want to have you live in my bedroom, for example. Like, I did not want that. That's not something that I want for myself. That's not something I want for him. I don't want to share my space with you. I don't want your stuff to be in my... I don't like the idea of someone coming into my bedroom and changing everything, because then it's not mine. I don't want you touching my shit. Like, and that could be selfish. That could be crazy of me to say, but that's how I feel. It's my stuff. It's my belongings. And this is my safe space. And don't fuck with my safe space. Like, I need my safe space. There's another one, which is, like, money, and, like, I have the credit card debt. I have, you know, the last 3 weeks I was, you know, I had $10 in my bank account, and I was running on $10. And I've done it, and I'm still doing it now. But the only thing that I can say out of that is that it's gonna affect your credit. Oh, you're not gonna be able to do this. Oh, you're not gonna be able to do that. I understand that. And I regret getting a credit card just for the fact of being in debt. But at the same time, if I never did have my credit card, then I would have starved myself. Because I needed my credit card to be able to live after everything happened in my life. And money is just one other thing in this world. It's just energy. Everything is made up of energy. Money doesn't matter. This fucking picture behind me literally doesn't matter. It's energy. It's nothing. This teddy bear is nothing. I love it. I love my picture. Don't get me wrong. It brings me joy. It makes me happy. But it's not necessary. You don't need to have those things, just like you don't need to have money to have a good life. Money can bring you a better life because you can do a lot of things with money, but I don't think it's the main thing that you need in your life to bring you happiness. I think happiness comes with, like, yourself and within you than materialistically. But that's just my thought on that. This one says a perfect relationship, which I don't think any relationship is necessarily perfect. You can look at someone's relationship and be like, oh, I want that relationship, it's perfect, but every single relationship has its flaws. Every single relationship, you're going to have disagreements, you're going to have arguments, you're not going to agree on the same things, and that's normal. You're not the same person, and as a boy-girl relationship, men-woman relationship, men and women think very differently and are nothing the same. Nothing at all. Men think one way, women think the other way, and you need to understand that men and women do not think the same, because if you do, you're never going to have that good balanced relationship, because you're going to constantly think, oh, why didn't he do this for me? Why didn't he think of this? Blah, 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 blah. When reality is that he doesn't think like that because he's not a woman. And of course, as a woman, oh, you know, bring home flowers for me and do this for me and do that for me. Yes, of course you would want to do that. You'd want that from him, but you have to also think, what do you do for him? Do you come home and bring him flowers ever? Probably not. You're just waiting for someone else to do it for you. And I'm the type of person that is very giving, and I will give everything to someone, and I don't expect to get anything back. I don't care to get anything back. If you need $20, I will give you $20, and I don't want you to pay me back. I never expect you to repay me. I don't expect anything, because I'm just that type of person that is like, here you go. I do not care. I also believe that in my lifetime, I am going to provide for myself and for myself only. My money is my money, and then we will share money, and you'll have money and I'll have money, and then we'll have money combined into a different account where that's our money for, let's say, our house, our bills, our children, whatever it is. But I'm going to provide solely for myself. I want to be able to, I don't want to rely on anybody else's money to get through life. I don't want someone to provide for me. I can provide for myself. And if I can provide for you also, that's great. I don't care to provide for you, but I don't want anyone trying to provide for me and doing everything for me. I just don't believe in that. Like, I just don't think that's something I would do. You learn from your mistakes, for sure. I've made mistakes of doing things, absolutely, but the biggest, I don't want to say mistake, was when I moved out, and it made me grow as a person a lot, because it was like the first step I ever really like took, moving away from my family and like all of that stuff, and moving away from my mom. And it only happened for a month, but I was able to do it, and I took the step and I took the leap of faith, and it didn't go the way I planned it to, but I did it, and it did have a good and bad outcome at the same time. let's see. Oh, this is funny. Ignoring money and debt. A lot of people in their 20s think that money is a later problem. The problem is debt grows fast, and starting good habits early, saving even a little, learning budgeting, making life way easier later. I definitely understand that, but I'm not like, oh, I'll worry about my debt later. I don't make enough to even like fix my debt problems right now. But I do think that's funny. Okay, this is the last topic we're going to talk about. Choosing paths based on other people's expectations and how you see another person's life, or you want that person's life. I have never been the type of person to be like, I want to be exactly like that person. This is exactly what I'm going to do. La da da da. No. I've never been that type of person. And like, sometimes I'll be like following with the trends, whatever it is. But solely, I've never owned a pair of Air Force Ones, like the fucking white shoes. Because why are we all wearing the same exact shoes? No one has their own style. No one has their own... They all have, like, their own personality. But, like, everyone looks the same, dresses the same. And it's just like, what? Why? Why can't you just be yourself and express in what you wear and who you are? That's one thing I never understood, like growing up and like being in school. Like I remember I was dating this guy and he was like, I can't believe you don't own Air Forces, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why do you own them? Who are you trying to impress? Because you're not impressing me, because it just shows me that you're just like everyone else and you're a fucking loser. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Don't look at someone else's life and be like, they're doing this, they're doing that, I'm jealous, or I'm falling back in life and I'm going to do the exact same thing they're doing. Never do that, because then you might think, wow, maybe I'm making the wrong decision, or you're not sure who you are inside. You need to really focus and think of like who you are and what you're doing before you just do it. And I think that's very important. Don't do what looks impressive to friends or family. Don't try to compete with yourself or do things to make your family be like, wow, like she's so successful, he's so successful, like he did, like that literally does not matter, because it's who you are at the end of the day. You know, winning at something or competing at something and winning that, or being a billionaire or buying your first house or having the first child, none of that necessarily matters, because it doesn't define who you are. Yes, they did it before you, but life is not a competition. You just take it one day at a time and you figure out from there where you're going. Like, it literally does not matter. And never think that you're also like running out of time. You're never running out of time. Once you rush into something, that's when something goes wrong. Not always, but just think. People don't think, they just do. And I'm the type of person that thinks constantly about things. And I think about the outcomes, the good things that could come out of it. And once you don't think about things, that's when things start to mess up. But that's all I'm gonna really talk about. Is being in your 20s is not easy. I'm gonna be 22 in April, and when I turned 20, life was okay. And then I turned 21, and that was rough. And I'm praying that 2022 will teach me a lot of things. Like, 2021 taught me, like, a lot. But I hope 2022 will teach me things that'll help me grow as a person, instead of make me grow because I'm sad, if that makes any sense. But that's what I gotta say. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this Talk to Me Thursday, and I will see you guys next Thursday with another Talk to Me Thursday. And leave suggestions of what I should talk about, like, down below. All like 50 of you, if you ever like want me to talk about something. I'm sure I always get like sidetracked though, because I have ADHD, but you know, it's fine. If you ever want me to talk about something, I can talk about it, and I'll see you guys back soon with another video. Adios.